Good day, everyone. My name is Noble Mike Jamison, and I get the honor as well as the privilege to really share with you how to set up a Binance.com account. First and foremost, it is always important that you utilize a VPN for good practice. Okay, so I'm going to share with you really quickly a good VPN resource that I utilize. It's called private internet access, right? Private internet access, PIA, and or you may have a VPN that's native to the software that you particularly use yourself. But nevertheless, just make sure that you have as a good practice a virtual private network that you can utilize. And so today we're going to be creating a new Binance.com account. So I am on Binance.com's main website. So I'm going to click on register, and we're going to go through the process. So we're going to take it one step at a time. Now, I've already created an email that I want to utilize. So if you haven't created an email that you want to utilize just yet, go ahead and do so. So I'm going to utilize Triad Alliance, the number 6 at Gmail, and I'm going to log in to create this account. Okay. Now, I don't know what this password is because it's already saved. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pause the recording real quick just so I can see what my password is, and then we'll be right back. No, I don't want to use that. So I've confirmed my password, and now we gotta just slide the little bar over the puzzle to fit the screen there. And it's going to ask me, hey, do you want to save this password? Well, in this particular case with my computer, I'll save it on here. And it's going to send me a verification code to that email address. So I'm going to type in this verification code. I got it already on the email address, and we're going to move forward. Okay, so I am in my email. Sorry, in Binance, and it's saying welcome to Binance, no problem. In the upper right hand corner, I'm going to go to the dashboard, right? You can go to the dashboard. Now that I'm in the dashboard, it notices, hey, do you want to set up your security for your verification, which I will do. I use Google Authenticator. Okay, I use Google Authenticator. So we're going to set up the Google Authenticator right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go through that process as well, which you should do. So once you've gotten your Google Authenticator code scanned in on your phone, you want to have the Binance email you the code. And as soon as you get the email, you want to definitely enter that in as soon as possible. Okay. Because you got a timer that you gotta meet. So you want to enter the code, and you also want to go to the authenticator and enter in the code there. So two different codes, one from email and one from the authenticator. You got to do that in less than 60 seconds. Once you've done that, that is all the setup and verification that you need. You don't have to do a photo ID or anything like that unless you plan on withdrawing more than 2 Bitcoins a day, which is, almost $100,000 a day. So other than that, you're good to go. So now we need to fund our wallet. So we're going to go up here to a wallet, and we're going to scroll down to fiat and spot. We're going to click on fiat and spot. I'm going to let that come up. System is running a little bit slow today, but that's okay. Okay, so we're in our fiat and spot wallet, and in the top of the menu, we're going to click on deposit. So we want to go to deposit, and it has already selected crypto, and you can deposit in here Bitcoins or Ethereum or USD Tether or what have you. I'm actually going to deposit Bitcoins because it's going to come from another one of my wallets, and so it's already selected there. And here is the address, the deposit address. So if I just copy that like that to my clipboard, and then I'm going to go to my funding source. So my funding source is I'm going to use my CoinZoom account. All right. So my Bitcoins are here in my CoinZoom account. So here I have my Bitcoins. So I'm going to go to send. Click on send here. And since I'm going to send, I'm going to add this new address. So this is going to be a Binance. And today is March the 6th, in which I'm creating this account. Easy for me to remember. And I'm going to paste that address, the Bitcoin recipient address here, and I'm going to save it. Okay, no problem. Now I want to go to the wallets and say, okay, where am I going to send this to? Binance. And I go to today's date, which is March the 6th, which is perfect. Now I'm going to fund this account with just a little over $1,000 as we go through this demonstration. And so you may be asking yourself, well, how much is 1,000 in Bitcoin? Because this is what you have to enter here for this particular application. It wants to know how much in Bitcoins do you want to send? I want to send a little over $1,000. So I'm going to go to Google, and I'm just going to type in BTC to USD, enter. And it's going to pull up a calculator. It's going to say, hey, one Bitcoin as of right now is worth 48,636 United States dollars. So I'm going to say, you know what? I want to send over 1,000, let's just call it 25 bucks. 1,025 bucks of US dollars equals 0.021 in Bitcoin. So I'm going to take that over to my CoinZoom account in this case, and I'm going to say, hey, that's what I want to send. And it's going to say, where do you want your fee to come from? The amount or the account? I want it to come from the account. I don't want it to take away from the amount that I'm sending. Okay. And then I hit submit. It's going to confirm that this is where I'm sending it. It's a little over $1,000. And I say yes, send now. And I have to put in my verification code that I am the person sending this money over, this cryptocurrency over. So I put in my authentication code and I say, yes, I'm going to send, right? And so you'll notice that the Bitcoin has been reduced by a little over 1,000. Okay. As a matter of fact, I can go to transaction and I can change it to show me the Bitcoin transaction history. And you'll notice that there was a withdrawal today, March the 6th, of that same amount that we talked about. and it went to I'm gonna utilize this information in a little bit, but it went to this address utilizing this transaction hash. So we'll come back to that in a second. So now what we're doing is that we are waiting for the Bitcoins to show up here in this address. So I'm going to go up to wallet and fiat wallet real quick, just so it can refresh. Normally it takes about 15 to 20 minutes for this transaction to go through the blockchain and be confirmed by the Bitcoin miners out there, just making sure everything is going okay. So it's not there yet, which I didn't expect it to be. When it does post, it'll post right here in the amount. So we're going to take a quick pause in our session, and we'll be right back when our cryptocurrency shows up. Oh, okay. Okay, so the 15 minutes has lapsed, and as you can see, my Bitcoins are here, right? My Bitcoins are here in my fiat spot wallet, okay? So now remember, you can use any funding source. I just chose to use CoinZoom because that's where my Bitcoins were. And you can send any crypto, Bitcoins, Ethereum, USD Tether. It doesn't matter. You can send that. All right. Now, one thing that we have to do is we have to set up your futures wallet. So over here on the left-hand side, you're going to click on futures. Okay. And it's going to come up and it's going to ask you, do you want to create a futures wallet? And you're going to say yes. So here it is. It says, hey, open a futures wallet. And you're just going to click the button there. And that will officially open your futures wallet in this particular account. So now you have a fiat and spot wallet, and you also have a futures wallet. Now, if you're utilizing any of the alpha strategies, you will need a futures wallet. Okay? Any of the alpha strategies, you will need a futures wallet. So now there's no balance in my futures wallet, right? We just open it, there's nothing in here. So we'll go back up to our fiat and spot wallet, which is where our Bitcoins are. And we're gonna need to convert that Bitcoins to a currency that we can move to the futures wallet. So in this particular case, once it comes up, we'll see here in my portfolio, I have a total of 0.021 Bitcoins. And if I scroll all the way over to the right, it's going to say convert. So I want to convert. I'm going to click on convert. And so what do I want to do? I want to convert from and to. So I want to convert from, I click on this drop down menu here. I want to convert from Bitcoins and I want to convert to USDT, USD Tether, okay? And this is what you need to move to futures. So if you're converting from Ethereum, then you're going to be converting Ethereum to USDT. If you are converting from, some other currency, the currency that you want to end up with is USDT, okay, USD Tether. And I want to convert the max. I mean, everything that I have over here in Bitcoins, I want to convert all of it to USD Tether. So I preview conversion. And okay, yep, that's all I want to do. I want to agree to that. And it's in the process, no problem. It says it's successful. Let's view it. Okay, it's just kind of showing me the history of what took place, which is the conversion that I just did, no problem. So let's go up to our wallets again. And instead of going to, let's go to fiat wallet and make sure that it's not there, right? Because we moved it. Well, we haven't moved it yet. We just converted it, okay? So let's go to the fiat wallet. We just did a conversion. And let's now see what we have. Last time we was here, we had Bitcoins in our fiat wallet. Now we should have USD Tether because we converted it to USD Tether. So here it goes. It says, here's your balance. This balance would be equivalent to this in Bitcoin, but we don't have Bitcoins anymore. So if you look down here in the portfolio, you'll notice that it's actually in Tether now, okay? USD Tether. So we converted our Bitcoins to USD Tether, which is the currency you need to move it from fiat to the futures wallet, all right? So now that we have Tether, let's go up here to transfer, right? We're gonna go to transfer in the upper right-hand corner. So we're gonna click on transfer. And it says, what do you want to do? Well, I want to move from my fiat over to my futures. Okay, I want to move from my fiat over to my USD futures. And the coin that I want to move is my USDT, right? USDT. And I want to move all of it. There it is. I want to move all of it. So I want to go from a fiat spot wallet to my USD futures, and I want to move my USDT, and I want to move all of it. So I want to confirm that. All right. So we're going to confirm moving that over. It says transfer is complete. So now my fiat spot wallet has nothing in it. And if I go down here to futures and click on futures, give it a second to refresh, you will notice that my futures wallet now has a balance of USD, right? This is what we want. So this is what we've done so up until this point, okay? So now our currency is in the futures wallet, which is where it needs to be for our alpha strategies. Now we want to generate our API keys. So we're going to go up here to the avatar menu, and we're going to scroll down to manage API key. So we'll click on manage API key. All right. Manage API key. Once that comes up, it's going to say, let's create a key. So I like to name the key after the strategy in which I'm creating. So in my particular case, I am creating a ETH alpha strategy. All right, so that's going to be the name of my key. I'm creating the ETH alpha strategy, so that's going to be the name of my key. All right, so now I have to do my authentication once again. So we'll give it a second to pull this up. I'm going to go to my email. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm saying, okay, so I got to click the send code. So when I click the send code, it's going to email me the code. All right, so when it emails me the code, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to type it in. Right, I'm typing it in, and then I'm going to go to my authenticator and get the code that regenerates itself every 60 seconds. So we're going to wait, and then I'm going to enter that code here, and that will approve the creation of the API keys. Okay, so here I have my 2 API keys. Now it's important to print this off, all right, and save it for yourself, right? So you want to copy these, email yourself these 2 keys right here. This is the regular key. So what I would suggest is you copy it and email it to yourself, all right? So in this case, I'm just going to add it to my notepad. I have a notepad open that you can't see on the screen, but I do have it open. So I'm going to copy both my secret key and my regular key, and I'm gonna put it into my notepad, all right? But you want to print this off and save it for your records, all right? Now, one of the things that we want to do is that we have to edit the restrictions here. So we're gonna edit the restrictions, and we're gonna enable futures right here. Edit the restrictions and enable futures, okay? And then we're gonna save those. All right, so it wants us to verify that it is us making these modifications. And don't be upset about all the different verifications. You're going to have thousands and thousands of dollars in these accounts, right? So every extra step is an extra step that someone who's trying to defraud you would have to take as well. All right, so let's go to our Endotech back office now. So we've completed all of the steps we need for Binance. Now we got to let Endotech know that we want to create another strategy. And so now here I'm going to go and I'm going to say, hey, I want to create another strategy. So I'm going to scroll down and yes, I read the licenses. Yes, I agree. I know that there's risk involved. And so I'm going to go here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the date that's closest to me. So this is this one right now. Remember, the bot that I want is the Ether Alpha bot. So this is this one right here, Ether Alpha. I'm utilizing the Binance account, Binance Exchange. We're going to go next. And it's letting me know, hey, listen, make sure that you convert your funds to USDT. All right. Hey, make sure that you transfer those USDT funds to your spot wallet. I mean, from your spot wallet to your futures wallet, right? It's telling us all of these things that we've already done. Hey, number 4, make sure that you generate, some API keys. Hey, make sure that you enable futures, which we've already done, okay? So that way, once we get inside of Endotech, we've done all of those steps. So remember those keys that I asked you to save off to the side? Now we want to go get those again. So we're going to copy the first key, and we're going to simply paste it into the box. And we're going to go grab the next key. Okay, and we're going to copy it in the box. Okay, and then we're going to hit next. And it's going to say, it's going to go out there and it's going to check the balance. And it says, oh, yes, I see that you have a balance of a little over $1,000, which we already know that, right? And it says, hey, if this is correct, yes, it is. We set it up perfectly. And so now it's going to say, let's go to the next screen. Okay. And now we got to pay our entry fee for this account. So you remember the entry fee is the amount, 10% of the amount that you want to start your account with. Now you will get this entry fee back in 90 days at your first profit share session. All right. So don't worry about it. So it says, hey, listen, you got to pay your entry fee. I like to pay my entry fee in Bitcoins. Okay. Because when I pay it in Bitcoins, I get the transaction hash. It's nice and clean. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my CoinZoom account, and I need to pay this amount of Bitcoins, which is 10% of my balance. And I need to send it to this address. So I'm going to go, first of all, I'm going to copy this address, and I'm going to go to the source of my funds, which is CoinZoom in my case. So I'm going to click on portfolio once again. And I'm going to go to Bitcoins, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to send, and I'm going to add that address to my whitelist address. So today we're going to do Endotech, and today is March the 6th, and the address I'm sending it is this guy here. So where did I get this from? I copied it right from the Endotech, right? Now, if you were sending another currency, that address would be different, okay? So you got to make sure that you're sending the right currency in which you select, okay? The right address. So I'm sending Bitcoins to this address, and I'm going to add it to the list. So it's added. Now I'm going to go here and select it. So I'm going to type in Endotech, and I'm looking for the date of March the 6th, which is my date, space. There it is, March the 6th. Boom. All right, how much of Bitcoins do I need to send them? Well, they told me what I need to send. So I'm going to go here and grab this amount. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to go back to CoinZoom and say, hey, I want to send that exact amount. I want you to deduct my fees from the account and not the amount. And I want to submit it. It's going to confirm, hey, you're sending this amount of Bitcoins to this address. Yes, everything looks great. So I want to send that. Plus, I want to put in my Authenticator code for CoinZoom to let them know it is me making this transaction. It is I. All right. So boom. Okay. So the transaction is on its way. My entry fee is on its way to Endotech. Now, if I look at my transaction history, and I change it to Bitcoins, you will see that I did a withdrawal today, just now, for that exact amount, right? And it's going to give me all the way over to the right-hand side. I can click on this little I, and it's going to say, hey, here's your transaction hash to confirm the transaction was successfully sent. So I'm going to go to Endotech, and I'm going to scroll down, and it says, hey, give us the transaction ID. Now, if you're using another platform, they also have the transaction ID that you can verify, right? So I can click this button, and it's going to go out there and look at the blockchain and confirm that I paid. You see where it says, boom, it paid it just that fast, okay? And I can click on next, and you can see that my connectivity test is completed. I am verified, and I'm all set to go. So if I just close this out right here, you'll notice that my Crypto Elite Ether Alpha strategy has been paid and verified, and I'm good to go, right? So there's nothing else for me to do in Binance. I can come to Binance now, and I can just finish my completion of my keys, which I've already done. I've already saved it. Everything is saved here. So I can just log out. I'm done there. I can go to my funding source. In this case, I use CoinZoom. I can log out. I'm done there. And I can go to back to Endotech. And I just added another strategy, right? I'm done there. And so I'm finished, right? So, and if I wanted to do another strategy, I could just rinse and repeat and complete that process once again. So thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how to set up a Binance.com account, making sure that you're utilizing best practices such as a VPN connection. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care and take charge.